It began with a quiet essay, written not as a royal statement, but as a heartfelt cry for help, a warning from one of the most admired women in the world. Princess Catherine, the Princess of Wales, known for her calm grace and deep devotion to her family, has sounded an alarm that reaches far beyond palace walls. Her message is simple, devastating, and impossible to ignore: technology is breaking our families apart. In her new essay, The Power of Human Connection in a Distracted World, co-authored with Professor Robert Waldinger of Harvard Medical School, the princess writes, with a voice that feels more maternal than monarchical, one filled with both sorrow and urgency. She calls the rise of screens and smartphones an epidemic of disconnection, and warns that modern life, saturated with digital noise, is leaving parents and children physically close yet emotionally miles apart. While digital devices promise to keep us connected, they frequently do the opposite, Catherine writes. They have become a constant distraction, fragmenting our focus and undermining the time we spend together as families. We are physically present, but mentally absent, unable to fully engage with the people right in front of us. For years, the Princess of Wales has built her royal work around a single theme: the importance of early childhood, the emotional foundations of the human experience. She has launched national campaigns, gathered experts, and quietly built one of the most credible research-driven projects in modern royal history through the Royal Foundation Centre for Early Childhood. But this essay feels different. It is not just academic. It is personal, a window into what she sees happening not just in Britain, but across the world, a slow, invisible erosion of warmth, empathy, and time. When we check our phones during conversations, scroll through social media during family dinners, or respond to emails while playing with our children, we're not just being distracted, she writes. We are withdrawing the basic form of love that human connection requires. Those words land like an arrow, because they speak to something everyone has felt, but few dare to say aloud. The modern home, glowing with screens, has become both connected and isolated, a paradox that defines our age. Catherine's warning is not born of criticism, but compassion. As a mother of 3 young children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, she has lived the same challenges every parent faces: balancing attention, managing technology, and trying to protect fragile childhoods from a world that never stops buzzing. It's why she and Prince William have reportedly made a deliberate household rule: none of their children are allowed to have smartphones. For the future king and queen, that decision isn't about austerity, it's about preservation. Preservation of childhood, of family meals, of laughter without filters or notifications. In her essay, Catherine calls this a moral and social crisis, one that threatens the emotional health of an entire generation. We're raising a generation that may be more connected than any in history, while simultaneously being more isolated, more lonely, and less equipped to form the warm, meaningful relationships that research tells us are the foundation of a healthy life, she warns. This isn't just poetic rhetoric, it's backed by data. Researchers at the Harvard Study of Adult Development, one of the longest studies of human well-being in history, have found that strong relationships, not wealth, not fame, not productivity, are the key predictor of lifelong happiness and health. Catherine's essay draws from this evidence, linking emotional connection to mental resilience, immune strength, and even longevity. And yet, despite all this knowledge, families are drifting further apart. Catherine's tone is urgent because she knows the cost of silence. Across Britain, surveys show that children now spend an average of 7 hours a day in front of screens. Dinner tables once filled with conversation now glow with the dim blue light of phones. Parents, too, are lost in their devices, creating what psychologists now call technofrance, the chronic interruption of family life by technology. Catherine's essay cuts through that noise with disarming honesty. She does not blame or condemn, she empathizes. Her words suggest that she, too, understands the temptation, the fatigue, the pull of constant connectivity. But what she asks of us is not perfection, it's presence. When we choose to look up, to listen, to be fully there for one another, we are giving the most powerful gift a person can offer, attention, she writes. That single idea, attention as love, lies at the heart of her message. Catherine's concern, however, goes beyond parenting. She speaks of a broader cultural unraveling, a society in which people are lonely together, more aware of distant strangers than of their own children's laughter in the next room. We are withdrawing from the very relationships that give our lives meaning, she writes, and in doing so, we are weakening the social fabric that holds communities together. Her essay coincides with her upcoming visit to an early years centre in Oxford, where she will meet families and educators struggling with the same issues she describes. Those close to her say she hopes to promote a simple but powerful idea, that small, intentional moments of connection, shared meals, bedtime reading, screen-free weekends, can heal what technology has fragmented. A senior royal source told the press that the princess's message is deeply reflective of her personal life. She's a modern royal who still believes in old-fashioned love, the insider said. For her, the strongest foundation for any society, and any monarchy, begins at the kitchen table. Her essay also echoes the philosophy behind her Shaping Us campaign, an initiative launched to remind parents and communities that the emotional experiences of a child's earliest years set the stage for their entire future. The campaign's message is simple: it takes a village to raise a child. And yet, as Catherine now warns, those villages are crumbling under the weight of digital isolation. The Princess of Wales isn't just raising awareness, she's trying to start a cultural shift, one that calls for return to presence, empathy, and human warmth in a world that prizes productivity and performance. Her writing is filled with delicate, but deliberate symbolism. When she says, "We are physically present, but mentally absent," she isn't just describing a distracted parent, she's describing an entire civilization blinking through screens, missing the moments that give life its meaning. Catherine's decision to use her global platform for this cause feels both intimate and revolutionary. It's not about grandeur, it's about grounding. Not about royal decrees, but everyday choices, phones left on the counter, dinner tables reclaimed, and children who feel seen again. In an age of noise, her voice stands out precisely because it is quiet, calm, human. It's the voice of a mother, a wife, a daughter, not a distant figure in jewels and titles, but a woman who understands the ache of the modern world. Our lives flourish when we cherish the bonds of love and friendship, she reminds us in one of her most shared posts. It has never been more important to appreciate the value of one another. Her essay ends on a note of hope, the kind of hope that feels small but steady, like the warmth of a hand held across a dinner table. We can't turn back time, Catherine writes. But we can make different choices. We can choose to look up. We can choose to listen. We can choose to love, fully, without distraction. It's a message that feels less like a royal statement and more like a prayer, a plea for reconnection in a fractured world. And perhaps, that's what makes it so powerful. The Princess of Wales isn't telling us to abandon technology. She's asking us to reclaim our humanity. Because no amount of Wi-Fi can replace the warmth of a real embrace. And no royal decree could carry more weight than that simple truth.